Now that we have perfected our beautiful summer smoky eye, I'm going to go through and perfect her skin. As you can see, without any foundation on, giving her any sort of contrast with the eyes and skin, her eyes look very heavy. So we're going to go through and just add very lightly to the skin to give her some more contrast. To go along with that beautiful bronzy glow we have going on the eye, especially for summertime, I'm going to use my Inca Skin Shimmer. I'm taking my number 18 blending brush with some Inca Skin Shimmer. A little bit goes an extremely long way, and I'm just going to put it right around her orbital area. This is going to give you that really beautiful highlighted look where it looks like you have that very nice bronzy beach glow, somewhat of a Jennifer Lopez type of glow. And I'm just going to put this in the orbital area, a little in the center of her forehead, a little bit in the center down the nose, and a tiny bit right in her Cupid's bow. I'm using somewhat of a stippling motion, so I'm really working it into the skin and then buffing it out. You don't want to put a highly concentrated amount of this right in the center of the forehead. You don't want them to look oily, just that nice glow. So I'm just taking that out a little bit with my finger. Again, in the center of the nose since it's a smaller area. I'm going to use a kabuki brush to apply Elizabeth's foundation. This may not look like your average foundation brush, but what this does is it offers you a very flawless all-over finish using a very small amount of product. Since this is a synthetic brush and the hairs are very spread apart, what you do is you just dip it a little bit into the foundation. I'm using the Satin Base Foundation on Elizabeth in 03. Satin Base is beautiful on all skin tones. It is water-based and provides a really nice coverage without being too heavy. And all I am doing now with the kabuki brush is I'm putting a little bit of foundation on just the very head there, and I'm working it in, buffing it right into the skin. This is going to give it a really, really smooth appearance, and you're going to get optimal coverage using, again, a very small amount of product. I'm using my number 1 brush, a nice big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to apply the 01 loose powder all over the face. Now to give Elizabeth a little bit of a contour, I'm going to use my number 2 B brush and London blush. London is a wonderful color because it's going to be dark enough to give a slight contour, but it's not so dark where it still gives you a natural looking contour rather than it be too intense. I'm going to take my 2B brush, putting the dragging edge towards her nose, and I'm going to go right along her cheekbone, just following where her cheekbone is. If you have trouble deciphering where your client's cheekbone is, you could just have them make fish lips, and you can follow that right into the hairline right there. So I'm just going to lightly contour into the hair and ear area, which may be uncomfortable for some clients, but if they do pull their hair back, you don't want this area to be white and then the contour here. So it is somewhat important to go ahead and carry that into the hairline. I'm also just going to do a tiny bit right around Elizabeth's forehead. Now I'm going to take my number 2 brush, which unlike the 2B is more dome shaped, where the 2B is more for a contour. I'm going to use a little Congo. With the blushes and of course the eyeshadows, everything is very pigmented, so it is It's important to know to start out using a small amount of product and work it up to the intensity that you want it to. It's much easier to add color than it is to take away color, so it's better to work up the intensity rather than put too much on and have to work it out. Now, as you can see, you can definitely see the highlight going on around her orbital bone, down the nose bridge. If you did want to make it a little bit more dramatic, what you can do is use our loose powders or our pressed shimmer powders. Just look straight. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and use Incus, which is a loose shimmer powder. It's really beautiful. It gives a nice bronze glow without coming out too brown. It's more of a neutral flesh tone. So with, again, my number 2 brush, I'm just going to take a little bit of the Inca loose powder and I'm going to press it right along that orbital area. This is product, the shimmer products you can use on all ages, all skin types. They really brighten and bring the skin alive. Dune pencil, I'm starting from the outside. You can start always from the middle. Some people do prefer. You absolutely can do that. Personally, I like starting from the outside, and I'm using the edge of the pencil, not the tip. And I'm just going to trace the outside of Elizabeth's lips. Odyssey is a really nice neutral peach tone that gives a bit of color but nothing too intense, especially since the eyes are more dramatic. This is going to be more of a neutral, natural color. This lip color is great for an everyday, you can put it with pretty much anything. And I'm using my number 6 lip brush to apply this with. If you do not have a lip brush, I would highly recommend getting one. This lip brush is the best lip brush on the market. It does not fray at all. It's made out of Kolinsky sable, which is a very firm sort of sable, so it does stay nicely intact. Also, what is great about a lip brush is if you didn't want to bring your whole tube of lipstick with you, is you could simply put some lipstick on the tip of your brush, close it up, stick this in your purse, and then that way you don't have to carry your lipstick tube all day long. Alara is a great color just to stick on and run out of the house to the grocery store. It gives you that nice kind of mauve-y tone, but it does have a gold overlay to it, so it gives a nice mauve everyday lip. I'm just going to take a little bit of that and stick that right on top, just to finish her off. And this will conclude our summer makeup look on Elizabeth. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about the products or would like to purchase them, please feel free to go to www.caracosmetics.com or come into Studio Cara. Also, we will be having other tutorial videos on different eye shapes, different skin tones, and different trends coming out this coming fall. I look forward to seeing you then, and thank you for watching.